the goal of the project for Amway is to modernize their message. They've been using the same message for pretty much the last 25 years. So our goal is to reach 25-year-olds around the world in a way that Amway hasn't done yet.
The Amway project is structured in a way that we're bringing in a huge group of students from different disciplines, and we get to just jump into the research of Amway. We have a big clientele, huge international company, which is going to be really great for students to jump into.
So the process so far with the project has been really insightful. What we've been doing is we've been working with design thinking, and it's a very step-by-step process of really trying to take empathy with the people that you're working with. So with this Amway project, we are all taking on our own unique countries, and we're really trying to immerse ourselves into those niche groups and finding out what makes these different regions unique and special, and what works and what does not work with each individual country.
Design thinking is a different way of approaching brainstorming or coming up with different ideas and solving problems, doing critical thinking and things like that. Design thinking is a method of collaborating with other people, any kind of project really, advertising, social media. It's a method that you can use to better understand your client, better understand your goals, and better understand your project as a whole.
It's a very interesting way to look on how to solve a problem, especially with what we've been assigned to do. I really like what we're doing right now, kind of the whole empathizing with the target audience. I think it's a really great way to kind of get in the minds of who we're trying to get, really understand who they are, and I'm looking forward to getting to know more aspects of design thinking. I've never even really heard of design thinking before this. So getting new experience on how to even solve a problem and getting a chance to go to Amway and then meet at Grin 70 and get to work with all these other creative people has been really exciting.
Generally like to come in with an idea and then I can really push it really hard. And part of the goal of design thinking, which I'm really trying to overcome, is empathy and trying to take myself out of the equation and really trying to hear what other people have to say and their own opinions.
This project is very different from anything I've worked with before. This is the first time where I've really been part of a group that's creating an ad together, and we're all coming from these different backgrounds and kind of united under the design thinking roof and using design thinking to kind of get everybody's perspective laid out so we can all understand each other, and it's really working well. So I'm excited to kind of be part of a team, whereas in the past I've been more kind of on my own, lone wolf type thing.
Well, just learning about the empathy process is really difficult to get over that, so I just want to jump ahead and do the design thinking of the messaging and getting to the end results. So doing a lot of research is really cool. You have to step back and take a broader perspective.
Well, I think that implementing design thinking into universities, such as a major or a minor, would be incredibly valuable. And this is because I would like to work for large corporations one day, and I think that design thinking is something that they're certainly trying to implement more. And also I would like to be a researcher, and I know that design thinking is becoming a more valuable research method.
Working with Amway has been really fun. They're a super relaxed company. They've given us a lot of creative freedom, so I think that there's a big trust between the two of us, and that's definitely vital to the success of this project. So it's very comforting working with a company that's just kind of reassuring us every so often that we're on the right track, but they're not going to steer us any certain way. They're kind of giving us the freedom that we need to create a product that's going to ultimately make both parties happy, both us and Amway. So working with them has just been a blast.
I really enjoy the international aspect of Amway. I've helped with the International Student Organization at GDSU, so being able to use skills in communication as well as my interest in the international community is really exciting.
our goal through all this is to try and create a communication project that Amway can use on a global level. But before this, it's been a very one size fits all. So through design thinking, we're really trying to find every single individual story with each country and finding the commonalities and differences that each country holds and what ways we can communicate better with each of them.
Now we're moving into the next stage of modernizing the message. We've been working on the empathy or the empathizing, the research side of it. And this has been really interesting for the students because we didn't know where we were going with this. We had a plan, we didn't know what we'd find out, we didn't know what new information would come around, but the team has really worked hard. And I think in a lot of ways it's been a real growth experience because they didn't know what they were going to do. There was no chapter to follow, no outline to follow. We had to figure it out. And they've done a great job with that.
As our group just finished up the primary research for the Amway project, we are beginning to jump into the prototype part of the design thinking process. And we'll be jumping into actually creating a prototype and testing it on the millennials of Amway.
So we defined the problem in our creative brief, which we then presented to the Amway execs. And after meeting with them and getting some of their feedback, we were really pleased to be able to have a cohesive idea of what we wanted to do moving forward with our project. While we were presenting to the Amway execs, we were a little bit nervous because this was kind of our first time really going in with our ideas and getting feedback from them. But after we had their feedback, we were really pleased with how well we blended our ideas together. So moving forward, we're going to break out into smaller groups and really try to work on our individual ideas of where we see this project heading, and really coming together and putting that together into our final videos.
So we are currently moving outside of the empathy stage, which is the first stage of design thinking, and we're moving into the define stage. So within the define stage, we're going to hopefully be meeting with Amway and the executives and their current team to kind of get feedback on our ideas with our creative brief for our video. So we put together just a general idea of where we want the video to go and what will be included. And we got some feedback and they were really pleased, which is really exciting for us because that means we get to move into the next phase, which is prototype. And within prototype, we are working in smaller teams to create individual videos. In our smaller groups, we decided that we would do a creative response. So whatever ideas that the smaller groups had of where they wanted the video to go. And then after we do that, we will kind of come together and create like one cohesive video, and then we will test that, which Amway is giving us a lot of freedom to do, which is really exciting. We're eager to move forward within the design thinking process. Everything has been going really well so far and it's been a great experience. So we're excited to see where it goes next.
But this has truly been a really awesome experience because it's really pushed me to challenge myself and challenge other people as well. I've really been trying to work on my communications with other people, really trying to work on professionalism, and really just it's been a great bridge to try and transition me out from just a college student mindset and over into a professional realm where I'm actually working with real clients and there's actual real ramifications for what I'm doing. And it's just been a really awesome process, so I'm really excited.